swear I'm not. I swear, y'all, I'm not crying. I'm not. It's just, this E3 was so good. Good in the web. I'm your man Q, back again with some more just geek talk. Also, E3 has came and left, and I'm still emotionally reeling from it, and I was so drained after I seen Final Fantasy VII, the remake, because I never thought that it was going to happen. Ever, because they promised us for so long, Square Enix had, that, you know, I didn't think that we were ever going to get it. What was it, 2006 that we first got this whole thing with the PlayStation 3, when that thing was, the box was, what, $600, and that was like the promo for it. And then that was around the same time that Kingdom Hearts 3 was talked about, and the same thing with Final Fantasy Gedo and Versus and the 13s, and then they split them, and now, you know, what was it, a Gedo was 15, and then Versus was 13, whatever the case, we finally got it. So not only was I emotionally just distraught because of that, but also at that time, Ubisoft wanted to play a hate or stream a hate on some folks, small channels, medium channels, and big channels like myself, Player Essence, OJ over there, Player Essence, and Spawn Wave, Obi-Wan Plays, a whole bunch of people got flagged for Ubisoft's conference. Now, I was praising them for the most part about Watch Dogs because I didn't like the first Watch Dogs and skipped over the second one, but I mean, damn it, I gave them praise. I was gonna buy the game. Like, I still might buy the game, Watch Dogs, but I'll tell you one thing, I'm not going to be streaming any more Ubisoft stuff because I didn't like the way that they did it and the way the YouTube handled that either. I don't really know what the thing was. A lot of people still can't stream. It says I can now on YouTube, but I've already had to stream to Twitch, so I might just pick up and continue to stream to Twitch and then, you know, decide which one I want to do on the most. But I do need these watch hours on YouTube, so I'm probably going to do that too. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about, look, I got it all there. Nintendo, look, I said it, I tweeted it the day of the Square Enix conference. After Final Fantasy VII Remake or FF7R came out, I said, Nintendo, you got some explaining to do, or they got some work to do, and guess what? Nintendo showed up and showed the hell out. This by far was the best E3 that I've seen just ever. Like, I've been to 2 E3s. I've had the pleasure of being to 2 E3s, and I really wish that if I would have knew it was going to be this big, I would have been there at this one, or at least like I had planned to do, which was go out there and just, since I'm in LA, go out there and actually just stand there and interview people. But I didn't know that Final Fantasy VII-R or that the Cadence Zelda was going to be there. Well, I knew the Cadence Zelda was going to be there, but I didn't know that it was going to be a Breath of the Wild 2. So let me just start off, first off, by Breath of the Wild 2. I know I'm jumping all over the place, and I just had a whole bunch of amount of excitement about this E3, and I didn't get a chance to fully stream it to where all the people were that follow me, because again, I hadn't used my Twitch. So when all of this stuff happened where they flagged me, Ubisoft, or Ubisoft, whatever you want to call them, the flaggers, when they flagged me, I had to immediately go to Twitch 30 minutes before the Square Enix press conference, and then I still was not able to stream the Nintendo. So a lot of the thing, I was alone on the Twitch when I was talking about it, and my exuberance and my excitement was dampened. But that's okay. That's okay, because the show must go on, and we got Breath of the Wild 2. Like I've been saying, look, it was so many games. I'm just gonna jump right off into it first off, because Breath of the Wild is my favorite Zelda game, and it's hard for me to say that because I really was in love with Link to the Past. That was my childhood, and then not only was I in love with Link to the Past, but also in my tweening years was Ocarina of Time, and I still the Epona song. I loved how they made Link a 17-year-old dude with the earrings, with the piercings, with that, he had the little of that cloudish type thing. This was during that era when they had a whole bunch of the, well, Cloud and what was the dude's name? Dart from Legend of Dragoon, when they had all these different types of situations and things that made the new heroes in these JRPGs and stuff look cool. This Breath of the Wild, with all that it's had, has finally, it breathed new breath into us, and we didn't expect that. Like, see, we expected Cade and Zelda, and we also expected to see some stuff with Link's Awakening, but we did not expect to get a whole new Zelda game, and we got it. So this, if Nintendo didn't do anything else right there, that was good enough. But what's even better about this, and a lot of people were tripping and talking about how the graphics and stuff look, I mean, who gives a damn about how the graphics look when it comes to this particular type of game? Because as long as the gameplay is the gameplay, which Breath of the Wild was great gameplay. Like Horizon Zero Dawn that came out for PlayStation came out a week or so or 2 weeks before Zelda, which was a bad mistake on Sony, even though they had, what was it, Aloy? They had her as, was it Aloy or Alloy? Like, I still haven't beat it. And the reason why I didn't beat it, and a lot of people didn't beat it, is because they dropped a game almost similar to the Breath of the Wild right before Breath of the Wild, and you can't do that. That's like dropping the Avengers Endgame and then all of a sudden dropping that damn Dark Phoenix movie, which I just went to go see, and Lord have mercy, don't ask me why the hell I went to go see that movie, but that's something else. This Zelda game, from just that snippet of it, looks like it's going to be great. It looks like it's going to be a darker tone. I'm wondering what else they're going to put into it. My only thing, because graphically, like I said, I don't care. The gameplay is what really matters to me, and that is if the frames are going to be better, at least 60 frames per second, because a lot of times, that was my only gripe with Breath of the Wild, the first one, is sometimes when I was chopping them ogres and orcs and stuff, it would freeze, and then if you streaming it, or if you recording the gameplay, or if you just playing the game, sitting playing it, it looked pretty bad. It looked really bad. So Nintendo, you know, that's all I'm asking for when it comes to that. And I would love to see Zelda. I would love to see, and this dude, Ganon, don't die. Like, he's already, Ganon is the Phoenix. He is the Dark Phoenix with a long nose. Like, sincerely, Ganon's always coming back. Whether it's Ganondorf or it's Ganon, I would love to see being able to even play with as Ganondorf. That's just me personally. I know I'm just theorizing that's probably not what they're going to happen. They might not even get a chance to play as Zelda. And I would love to see Link talk. Those would be things that I would really like to see, but I'm excited for Breath of the Wild 2 because I put like 250, 300 something hours on Breath of the Wild, and still, like I said, didn't do every single thing on the game. I want to go back for it. But another reason that I'm excited for Breath of the Wild 2 is because, well, this is officially going to be the first Nintendo Switch Zelda, because Breath of the Wild was actually slated for the Wii U, if y'all remember, and some people said it was better on the Wii U, I guess because it was slated for the Wii U, but I just, soon as I knew the Switch was coming out, I just start getting rid of certain Wii U stuff. I still got the Wii U, but I start kind of like cutting fat and stuff with the Wii U and only keeping the games that I knew that weren't going to be onto the Switch, like Tokyo Mirage Session, Xenoblade Chronicles X, which both of those I'm hoping and praying to the game gods that we get. And I thought we were going to get that this E3, but I almost said something bad, but this year is not over, so we gonna see what happens with that. Along with Breath of the Wild 2, like I said, Link's Awakening is here, and people were complaining about that because the chibi Link. Look, can't we all just game along? I mean, seriously, we in gamers, anime heads, and people in entertainment and stuff, and I'm fault to this too because I do it a lot too. I just did it with Dark Phoenix. Can't we just get something and this accept it for what it is and play it? this Chibi Link is different from the other Zeldas because the Cadence Zelda they just announced, as well as, well, they didn't just announce it, but the Cadence Zelda, and different from the Breath of the Wild because they're in different universes and, well, different timelines and everything. And we don't want every single game of Zelda to look the same. Plus, this game right here looks like something that younger audience can pick up and learn how to play Zelda with the same type of game mechanics which Nintendo is infamous for, which is you can pick up and just play a game and learn it that way. So I'm excited to go back and beat Link's Awakening because I didn't get a chance to beat Link's Awakening. And I'm not sure if I'm going to get Cadence Zelda just yet, even though you can play with Zelda and the Cadence character, the girl, I forgot her name. You can play with those two along with Link, who looks like he got more of an attitude, which I like. My Link with personality, but, you know, all right, Nintendo, we waiting. But I'm excited about about Breath of the Wild. I'm also excited about picking up Link's Awakening. Cadence, I'm gonna wait and see what other games are going to be coming out for it, because I just picked up Last Remnant, and I like Last Remnant so far because, well, Last Remnant looks really, really good on a Nintendo Switch. It's basically that HD version. This game I picked up for the Xbox 360 a while ago, and right after E3, they announced this game, Square Enix JRPG game, which is another 40, 50, 60 hours out of my life, but knowing me, 100 hours of my life. I love it, but it's another 100 some hours out of my life. These JRPGs kill me. But the game looks amazing. I didn't get a chance to play it and beat it for the 360 Red Ring of Death, and then at that time, all these other systems and games came out. I still have Lost Odyssey that I still need to beat. I would love to see them bring that back, even though that's Mistwalker with Hanabiru Sakagachi. I still wish and I pray that Hanabiru Sakagachi could come back to Final Fantasy and do some kind of work. I was really hoping when during the press conference that they brought out Hanabiru Sakagachi along with Tetsuya Narumo and brought back like the original 4 folks that did the Final Fantasy VII. But you know what? It looks like it's going to be good, so I'm not complaining. And again, Square Enix and Nintendo were the last of the show and came out and showed out, and I'm still excited almost days afterwards, because when you have list of games that they created or are coming in the woodworks, and I've only talked about a few, and this is just Nintendo. I already discussed the Square stuff, but speaking of Square and Nintendo, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm everywhere. But speaking of Square and Nintendo, Sekiro Detsu, Secret of Mana, and Final Fantasy Legends, these old school games are going to be the trials of the Mana trials now. Like, I played the ROM of Sekiro Detsu 3 back in the day, which was very similar to what Saga Frontier and these other games were, where you pick a one character and they have different storylines and they all are interchangeable and they tie in together. I like those games. I would love to see Saga Frontier come back, but for now we got that Sekiro Detsu, and we have the Secret of Mana, which is in the HD, the original. And Secret of Mana is one of my all-time favorite games, all-time favorite JRPGs. And if you haven't got a chance to play it, you need to go back. No, go back and play it. Wait till the Trials of Mana come out, cop that, and jump on it. Just the opening beginning of Flammy, the legendary dragon that makes that mana noise in the beginning, and that boom, and then it starts scrolling in a panoramic screen telling you about the sword, the herald, the Excalibur. It's been called many different swords in many different languages, and now it's back as the Mana Blade. Like, that takes me back to the days when I first played JRPGs. Made my hair stand up on his hands. Can you see it? Can you see it? Look, it made me think when my homeboy let me borrow a box of RPGs in the early 90s and was like, here, Quentin, play these. And literally, those games changed my life. Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy VI, Secret of Mana, and they're bringing all these back, minus the Chrono Trigger and the Final Fantasy VI, but we see you, Square Enix. We're waiting. Final Fantasy VII's already made a remake. We're waiting. Can we get a Chrono Trigger and a Chrono Cross with the Radical Dreamers mixed in? Oh, Lord. The 16 multiple endings, and then we can tie in the Chrono Cross Radical Dreamers story with Kid and Lynx and actually have it, you know, connect together. That would be beautiful. That would be beautiful. But the Sekuden Detsu, the Secret of Mana, which is part 2 to it, is amazing. I wish that we were able to get the PlayStation version of Secret of Mana, the one that came out for the PS4. That's a good looking game, but playing the Super Nintendo version, which was a harder difficulty one compared to this new one, it's hands down, man down, not the same whatsoever, because the new one is a lot easier, at least in my opinion. I've only played like 15 hours, and I'm like running through these temples and stuff, maybe because I'm older and I know what to do, but I feel like the spike of difficulty is way down compared to how it was way up back in the day. And I don't think I'm the only person. Plus, the voice acting in English was trash. Like, what was his name? Randy don't sound the same. Well, he never had a voice anyway, but he just sounds kind of whiny. And the sprite, he's okay. You know, I forgot his name. Why did I forget the sprite's name? And Palm. But anyway, my excitement, I'm sorry, y'all, because I was watching E3 just like many of y'all or y'all that went, and I was saying, where's the RPGs? Like, my favorite genre is RPGs. Final Fantasy, ain't no fantasy like a Final Fantasy, and I'm looking around at Ubisoft and Bethesda, and I'm looking around at all these other companies that were coming out and talking, and then even the PC press conference, and I'm like, where are the RPGs? The only thing that we had got was the Tales of Arise, which looked really good. It's really a whole difference. It's literally like the difference between a Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VII the remake. Well, not that bad, but it was a pretty significant upgrade from when they did their Tales of Bethesda. And I'm looking at it like, damn, where are the RPGs? And then Square comes up, and then Nintendo finishes the cap off with not only games like the Trials of Mana, but then it's all the Zelda games that are still considered role-playing games as well. But then they also had Animal Crossing, which we did decide that we were going to get, and that's not an RPG, but it's like a life simulator which has RPG elements into it. And a lot of people were hoping and praying that we were going to be able to get it this year, but I'm okay with waiting, because I always remember that Wario was supposed to be on Melee, and then they had this poll and post and stuff talking about, would you have rather wait an extra 3 or 4 months to get the characters Mewtwo and Wario that you wanted instead of Dr. Mario and who was the other, Pichu, or would you just want the game now? If I know I'm getting it, I'll wait. Like, if I know I'm expecting something greater later, I'll wait. I have no problem with that type of patience. What I don't like to do is wait. I don't know what the hell is going to happen. But Animal Crossing 2020, I'm ready for it because I know what they're doing, and I've stated this before a lot when they're doing with Pokemon Sword and Shield, as well as they're doing with Animal Crossing, is they're going to incorporate a lot of the functionalities with the app to hook to this game. And I still have my theory that the app is going to allow you to go out into the world, and either there's like a QRC code or something, and scan different things and then bring those items back, or that's how you collect and get money from different rocks or different minerals and different things. And it's already been alluded to and talked about at the Treehouse and during the Pokemon Direct and at E3 that they're going to be using certain app-based functions that are also going to go hand in hand with the cell phone game, which, if y'all remember, they have an Animal Crossing app cell phone game that's already been out for what, been about a year. It ain't popping like they wanted to pop. But then again, the Switch version of the game is not out. And if you remember that Nintendo was going and talking about being a family of games in the first place from back in the day when they first announced the Switch, that is also part of the family of games, which is mobile, and that's why they're doing their best to make their online, well, they ain't doing their best when it comes to the online, but they was trying to make their online community like that of Discord, where they have everything connect. My thing is to get that, let's just use Discord on this system, put a controller port, a port right here, so we can use the headphones. I'm gonna have to buy another different controller so I can hook it to my ears and actually listen instead of running a cord through my Switch when I'm playing a game or something like that. But anyway, they're going to be using these different functionalities in the game. I haven't played an Animal Crossing game since, Lord have mercy. I skipped the 3DS ones, but I haven't played one since the GameCube. And it might have been another one in between there, but I've always loved Animal Crossing because I was a big Sims head, and I was right on the bandwagon when Sims first came out. The only different thing about Sims is I kind of like, that part I wasn't patient with. I used the codes at the time, because that's when the internet was just really popping. The word of the day is popping. But I used to get the $1 million, I just built my house up and stuff. But I've always loved the characterization and the mindset and the whole game mechanics of basically taking these Nintendo creatures or characters, villagers and dogs and cats and Nook, Isabelle, and putting them in a game, and you just have, you're simulating it. One of the things that always impressed me with this game in particular is once I left the game in the memory card for a long time, months, and then I come back and my house is all dirty, the neighbors don't like me. I love those different things that Nintendo does when it comes to video games, because it took one thing, a concept like The Sims, and evolved on that a lot. And speaking of evolution and other things with games, like I skipped an RPG, y'all, I apologize. One RPG, and it goes in hand because I just was talking about Pokemon, and Ni no Kuni always reminded me of like the Studio Ghibli's version of Pokemon, because the game looks very nice in the beginning with Oliver and the tragic stories and stuff of his parents and his mom, and you know, going to different worlds. The music was amazing, and then the gameplay was great, but then all of a sudden, once you get your third character, the game spikes in difficulty so much that I was like, damn. And it's not that I'm opposed to hard games, it's just that I was like, I gotta really be out here in this desert grinding, and the game was really good. One of the things I love about the Switch the most, because that's why I was playing Last Remnant last night, is I don't have to just play it on the big screen, which I love playing on the big screen. But if I want to go to the restroom, go out in public, sit and watch the Raptors beat the Warriors and play it in handheld mode while I'm doing that, I can do that. And then that takes place where a lot of the grinding and a lot of the leveling up and a lot of the item collecting and secret missions and all this other stuff comes into play. So I'm extra excited about the Ni no Kuni coming back to this too. And that's a great game. I really just hope, my hope for a lot of these games, especially these third-party games that have been out for the longest, I hope that Ni no Kuni can drop like the Last Remnant dropped, because that's an older game and it could drop at like $20. I really don't want to pay these Capcom type prices for these games. Like, I want Resident Evil 4, but I do not want to pay $30 for it yet, so I might wait for one of these Nintendo Switch sales, these eShop sales, because Nintendo has been having a lot of great sales and stuff lately. I still need to get Cuphead, but you see, I'm already got a backlog of games, not only my personal games, but a backlog of games I ain't even bought yet that I want to buy before the new ones come out. So Ni no Kuni, that comes out in September, so hopefully that's only going to be $20. I'm going to cop that and play it. Yet another JRPG, but I need to finish that one. Minecraft Dungeons comes out, and that looks good. I have not been a huge Minecraft person. However, by Minecraft's dungeon coming, I think that I'm going to might pick it up. I may play it to see how it does or what it's doing. I'm not really particularly sure. It's depending on how much money it is. If it's a high price or something, I might not get it. But then again, that's just like what all these other games. If it's depending what game is coming out at the same time. If this is $20, I might pick it up. If it ain't paying no $60 for no Minecraft like that, I'm sorry. And I know Minecraft is one of these games that are that revolutionized gaming, and people are using it to be taught in class and stuff like that. But I ain't in class no more. And I do love the concept because I want to build something off of this Minecraft type of thing, but with a battle system with games. And I love the fact that, again, a game can be a billion-dollar seller. Well, it ain't $1 billion yet, but a multi-million-dollar seller without having to be graphically, you know, Final Fantasy VII R, you know, type graphics. Which, if it fits into the gameplay, into what type of game it is, it's okay. We're also going to be getting Dragon Quest Builders 2. I love the demo of Dragon Quest, the first one. I'll probably pick up 2 because I didn't pick up 1, or I might pick up 1 before I get 2 because 1's going to be cheaper. And y'all already heard me just talk about how many of the games they got. Lord have mercy, they got so many games this year and next year. 2020 is going to be the year. 2020 is going to be the year for video games. Like, seriously, it's going to be the year for video games. And it's a good year, too. They also have Spyro that comes out in September as well. A lot of people have been clamoring for Spyro to be on Smash Brothers. I personally think that Spyro could be on Smash Brothers, but I got some other characters that I want to see on Smash Brothers way before I want to see Spyro and Crash. Speaking of Smash Brothers, the hero, which I call Elric, from Dragon Quest and all of the previous 7, 3, and 1, the hero, or 7, 8, and 3, I believe it is, and 11, the heroes, they're going to be on Smash Brothers. And I knew that they were going to probably do that. And I remember back in the day, they said that it was going to be another Square Enix character. It was going to be a Square Enix character that was going to be in there, 1 or 2 of them. And then they got the Joker. But Joker is Atlas. So that still means, gamer gods, Nintendo, Sakurai. This is the ultimate game. You giving us Joker, even though we ain't got Persona 5 on the Switch yet. You giving us the Dragon Quest 11 hero and all the other Esper type costume heroes too. You giving us that. You've given us my man Banjo, and a lot of people was tripping off of Banjo. I'm glad Banjo is here. You see, I still got my 3 fingers held up. I'm glad that Banjo is here. I'm glad that we got a chance to see Banjo, because Banjo was the predecessor of the Nintendo 64 type platforming games. I still got my 3 fingers held up. Yeah. I'm glad that we got a chance to see him, and he looks like the Nintendo 64 Banjo, the good Rare Banjo when Nintendo and Rare were, you know, in a relationship. I like that Banjo and the Kazooie and all the movesets and everything. I just found a video where I got 60 likes and 50 dislikes when I said that Banjo was confirmed, when Phil Spencer said last year or the year before that he was open to Nintendo putting Banjo in it. And people just were downright hating on my comments or my opinion, but this is the ultimate game, and why not? So I'm going to say it here. I still feel in my heart of hearts that this is the ultimate game. Why can't we get Geno in this game? I don't care if he's a spirit, so take him out as a spirit. Make that some kind of in-game type of situation where, you know, back in the day, like with Melee and Brawl and the other Smash Brothers, you have to do a certain kind of thing. You can buy the DLC, but you have to do something else in order to unlock him. Maybe open it up with one of the Mario characters or something like that, and that's what opens the situation up where you can get Geno. Please let me get Geno. I would love to get Isaac as well and Lynn, but more than that, I would love, you know, Banjo came in, the dog, and the Duck Hunt dog came and trolled us and everything, and I thought it was going to be Dixie, but by them having those, that Banjo and having the Dragon Quest hero in it, made me still feel that we have possibility to get Geno. So if Geno comes in, I only got like 100-something hours on Smash because I'm playing other things and videos and everything, and starting to stream more. But if Geno comes in Smash, he's gonna be my number 1. Then I still got my boy Wario, Daisy, Link, but he gonna be my main, and I'm about to increase them hours to 200-300. I'm gonna be a champion. Other games that are coming out. Dauntless is finally coming out. I like Dauntless. I got some home girls and home boys and people and friends and other species of characters. No other species of characters yet. That are playing Dauntless on the PS4 and the PC, and they had me jump on. Dauntless is going to be out for the Nintendo Switch. I know a lot of people who are waiting for it just to come out on Nintendo Switch. I hope that the lag isn't so bad that it turns a lot of people off, or we have to go through the same things that I went through with Epic and PlayStation just to play multi-cross-platform with the other people on Dauntless with the Switch. So that's going to be free. That's coming out later this year. Also, we end up getting where did I have it? We end up getting we end up getting Resident Evil 5 and 6, which I'm pretty sure pretty soon they're gonna bring a whole damn package of all of the Resident Evil games in one, and there's so many games. Then also besides that, Travis No More Heroes 3, which nobody expected to come out, and it looks like the Travis No More Heroes games that I was expecting that they were gonna get, because I don't know if y'all remember me talking about it. I haven't played any of the No More Heroes, and a lot of people have been saying, Quentin, Q, Geek, you gotta play No More Heroes, just like Wreck-It Ralph the movie. You're gonna love it. Travis, you're gonna love No More Heroes. I'm hoping that they bring it for the Switch, like in some kind of, dual pack or trilogy with Travis Strikes Back and No More Heroes 1 and 2, that I can catch up before this game comes out, because this game looks really good, and I unfortunately don't know what's going on, and I don't want to, wiki it yet, because I do want to play it and don't want to spoil it for myself. Then one of the sleeper hits, Astral Chains, looks amazing. Astral Chains is a new IP that they keep on. It's the hidden gem. It's one of those Valkyria Chronicle profile type games that's coming out that nobody's talking about, but people are talking about, but people don't expect that it's going to hit as hard as it's going to hit, because people still think that JRPGs are irrelevant now. Like, I know that first-person shooters has taken over the mainstream gaming market, but RPGs sell. Like, you could sit 100 hours, you way past a Call of Duty or a first-person shooter game by 10 or 15 hours, because it ain't really no campaign. You're basically doing a multiplayer type situation. But an RPG, you're playing that forever. Especially if it's good, you're gonna play it for forever. So Astral Chains looks really great. I love how they're doing everything with you be able to utilize the chains to hook onto the monsters, and then you can be the monster, and or you can do combos with the monster, and the whole tone looks very Matrix, Ghost in the Shell, futuristic, and that I love. It's two things I love. I love near future and future type tech with androids and different things like that. And I also love, and I mean love, space. So by them looking like they have this incorporated in that, and having some kind of, even though it's a government, it's an RPG, so it's a government that's doing something or controlling something. I want to know, are they controlling the monsters? Who are these cops that they are doing something? Kind of also reminds me of the anime Psycho-Pass a little bit, if y'all caught that, this with the near future and everything. That's day one pickup for me. That's another game that's a day one pickup for me. Also, Fire Emblem Three Houses, they show more of that. That comes out next month, y'all, and I gotta get that. Also, Astral Chains come out in August, so it's like damn near a JRPG to play once a month. So you just got that. That's just gonna take over my life for that particular month. I'm gonna be streaming. I don't know if I'm gonna stream, because see, I like to take private time with certain RPGs I ain't played before. So I might just hold on to that and just do some leveling up, streaming, and some side quests, and do the main story by myself. Also, are you talking about the Cadence Zelda? But also Day Ex Machina is going to be dropping on September the 13th this year, and that is like a mix between a RPG and a mech game. So think of it like Zone of the Enders for any of y'all who are OG, triple OG, or historians to video games, play Konami's Zone of the Enders back in the day that dropped for PlayStation 2, and then the second one came out for PlayStation 2 too. I don't think they did an HD version for PS3 or anything yet. I could be wrong. I probably am. So don't, sue me for that. You ain't gonna get much. But Deus Ex Machina, I played the demo and I didn't beat the boss, but it's a really fun. You can go back and still download the demo right now. I highly suggest it because it's a day one game too, especially if you like games like this. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be a multi-platform game as well. That game looks amazing. And that's a highly recommended game. I'm gonna state to get that as well. Also, we have the Ultimate Alliance with the X-Men, and I love that since Disney has bought Fox now, we're gonna get X-Men and Fantastic Four and all these different type of Marvel situations. I love it. I need it. I want more of it. And then, sorry, eardrums. And then last but not least, because I can go on for hundreds of hours, it's going to be Panzer Dragoon, or Panzer Dragon. I'm thinking of the RPG. And I played this on Sega Saturn. And I love this on Sega Saturn, but I didn't put as much time as I should have on it because there was so much other games on the PlayStation at the time that I was playing with my homeboys on the Nintendo 64. So the Saturn basically didn't get any love, but having a Nintendo exclusive from Sega, and they brought out Phantasy Star that's going to be coming out too. Oh man, it's just so much stuff that's here. Initially I said Square One E3 because my heart, Chrono Trigger is my GOAT game all time, but Final Fantasy VII is right below it, and this remake might have me question. And it's not gonna be up a sign. Might have me question Chrono Trigger until Chrono Trigger comes out with a remake. That's just how I'm feeling. So but I'm gonna scale it back. Looking at the list and sitting here talking for look at how much time I've been talking. Nintendo gets an A plus. I'm gonna give them 3 plus. 1, 2, 3. 3 pluses for this E3. Best E3 conference I've seen. I really wish I could have went to this one. I went to the one where the Switch was launched and the one where the Wii U was launched. But being able to see and play Final Fantasy VII and look at all these different Zelda games and Nintendo games that's coming out, I can only imagine how the atmosphere was. But just going back to my friends and fellow streamers and watching their videos and stuff, how everybody reacted. It's just so much. Nintendo has so much. And here we were complaining and moaning and crying that Nintendo wasn't giving us enough stuff. Oh, we got too many ports. So what? So many people haven't played a lot of these ports. When Nintendo wasn't making any games, we was complaining that the Wii U don't have games. The Nintendo's online is trash. It's garbage. But if that's their only glaring problem, then we shouldn't complain too much because they'll fix that. I really wish they would have talked about the Game Pass more because Microsoft still says that they don't mind having the Game Pass. I need to sign up for the PC Game Pass because it's what, $1 a month now, and then for the beta, so I need to sign up for that because I'm pretty sure that Banjo's already on it. Nintendo needs help with their online, so the Game Pass, being able to play, I could probably play Lost Odyssey and all these different games with the Game Pass now that I think about it, on the PC. So I just need to get an Xbox controller because I don't have an Xbox One. But it's just so much, y'all. They said that video games are going to die in 2014. People were calling for video games heads. I remember having an interview with Nintendo like in 2015, 2014, and me and the guy who was interviewing me was like, we don't really know what he said, I don't really know what the state of video games is going to be right now. This is during the PlayStation 3 or right when PlayStation 4 was starting to come out. Right around that time. And I'm like, I don't know where it's going to be either. And a lot of people were feeling the same way. But the Nintendo Switch has came and rebirthed, made a genesis to the market and the industry. Look at all the games that we wanted and liked before are now being able to be played in handheld mode. And if people want to pay extra for the handheld mode, let them. I'm gonna buy it. If it's a good game, I'm gonna buy it regardless of the price. If just to play it in that mobile functionality and still be able to take it. Not everybody cares about 126,000 pixelated graphics. But anyway, y'all, I talk so much about Nintendo. Look, I'm sweating. Talk so much about Nintendo and everything. I'm just so excited for it because this is, look, I'm talking about what is this, $1,000 a game? Like, I need another job for the job I got for the other job to support my games. But as always, to the web, if you did like this video, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. I know this has been a long one, but can you feel the excitement? It's enough to make gamers and geeks spend all their money. Make sure you hit that like button, and if you're new to my channel, and you want to stay up to date on all things games and all things geek, make sure you hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comment section below. Y'all know there's a whole bunch, but it does help me out. That's the way YouTube got it. Comment, like, share, subscribe. It's free 99 though. It's free 99. Let me know in the comment section below, what game did you like the most at this E3, especially as far as Nintendo or just in general. And until next time, interweb, remember to eat, geek, sleep, repeat, and I'll holler at y'all in the next one. Peace.